Donald Trump is not afraid of controversy. From the very beginning of his political campaign, he has made his immigration policies very clear. Illegal immigration is bad. Illegal immigrants must go. A wall must be built, and the Mexican government is going to pay for it. These have been Trump's plans from the very beginning, and although some of the specifics have changed, the general outline has always been the same. Trump was, and still is, brutally mocked by the mainstream media and his political opponents for his opposition to illegal immigration, and especially towards his promise that Mexico would pay for the wall. The former president of Mexico, Vicente Fox, in an interview with the news site Fusion, told reporter Rafael Castro that he would not pay for that, and I quote, wall. Trump responded by saying,
he said he won't pay. He won't pay for it. And you know what I said? I said, the wall just got 10 feet higher. True.
The current Mexican president, Peña Nieto, I think I pronounced that right, has recently canceled his trip to visit President Donald Trump due to Trump's continued insistence that Mexico would pay for the wall. So we have two tacos here. One is Donald Trump and his insistence that Mexico will pay for the wall, and the other is liberals across the world, Hispanics, and the Mexican government itself saying that Mexico will never pay for the wall. So, who's right? Can the Donald get the Mexican government to pay for the wall? The group presenting this video is not a group of ideologues, and we're going to present how President Trump plans to pay for the wall, as well as the potential effects on the Mexican economy. Trump's strategy to get Mexico to pay for the wall consists of the following. 1. Halt or tax remittances from the U.S. to Mexico. 2. Tax Mexican imports into our country. 3. Increase the price of traveling visas. This video will talk specifically about the first two. Remittances are a transfer of money by a foreign worker to an individual in his or her home country. It is Mexico's largest source of income. Mexican families living in the United States send money back to relatives and friends in Mexico, primarily because the American dollar has much more worth than the Mexican peso. Remittances are Mexico's #1 source of foreign income. In 2015, over $24 billion were sent to Mexico as a remittance. The amount of remittances are increasing as well. In 2016, the amount of remittances increased from $24.8 billion to $26.9 billion. If President Trump were to cut these remittances off, the Mexican economy would suffer terribly. President Trump has estimated the wall would cost $8 to $12 billion, and the highest and most recent estimate comes from the Secretary of Homeland Security, John Kelly, who estimated that it would cost $21 billion. If Trump blocked remittances, or at least taxed them, he could easily have paid for the wall, regardless of Mexico's permission. The wall could be funded by blocking remittances, and it would only be a year for us to get the money and reimburse taxpayers. It looks good on paper, but can it actually be done? Well, legally, it can. Under the Patriot Act, the executive authority can block off remittances, but this part of the Patriot Act is directed against anti-terrorism. Stuart Anderson, executive director of the National Foundation for American Policy, a nonpartisan think tank in Virginia, has criticized Trump on his interpretation of the Patriot Act, saying, Trump is giving an extremely broad definition of this section of the Patriot Act, and what it allows, and I'd surely be litigated. It would be a large expansion beyond what the text reads. There is also a lot of skepticism about Trump's plan of blocking remittances. First off, how many of these remittances are sent by illegals? We can't, in goodwill, block remittances sent to Mexico from legal U.S. citizens. Now, Trump has responded by saying that most of the remittances are sent from illegal immigrants, but we have yet to see a peer-reviewed, bipartisan study showing this. Not only that, but a Government Accountability Office report this past January said it was hard to determine which remittances were sent from illegals. I was going to talk about a lot more and also criticize some more of Trump's policies and plans, but unfortunately I'm running out of time. I hope you guys learned some of the pros and cons of Trump's plan of blocking remittances from the United States to Mexico. That was all I was able to cover in this time period, and I hope you guys learned something. Bye.